Hey everyone, how you guys going? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering some of the weight gain related questions, so keep on watching. First question is, how should you breathe when you're doing your workouts? Now just keep one thing in mind, that when you're doing the harder part of the exercise, you need to exhale the air out, right? So for example, if you're doing a squats, you inhale when you're lowering yourself and you exhale when you lift yourself back up, which is the hardest part of the movement because you're also moving against the gravity, right? For example, if you're doing your shoulder presses, so you want to be inhaling when you're lowering, but you need to be exhaling out when you're pressing those weights up above your head, which means you're working against the gravity. That is the hardest part of the movement, right? So basically the simple thing to keep in mind is you exhale when you're doing the hardest part of the exercise. Next question is increasing breast size. Now the one thing that you need to understand is your breast fat increase completely depends on your genes. So yes, if you do have the genes to increase your breast fat, then of course, during this process of eating in surplus and gaining weight, your breast fat might also increase. But of course, it's difficult for anybody to tell before you start gaining, before you start noticing changes in that area. But the one thing that is in our control 100% is to train your chest muscles, grow your chest muscles which lie underneath your breast, which means as you increase your chest muscle mass, you will be able to give a little bit of uplift, a little bit of push from underneath to your breast fat, which means you will have an overall thicker, fuller appearance. You will have a cleavage going on and those kind of things. So focus on doing the right kind of exercises, a lot of push-ups, a lot of bench presses, chest presses and those kind of things, so that you can work on that chest muscle growth. And of course, if the breast fat also increases in the process, then that is always a bonus for you. Next question is, your left side of the body is struggling a lot more lifting the same amount of weight as compared to your right side of the body, right? This is called muscle imbalance. We all have this. If you're a right-handed person or a person who uses the right side of the body a lot more as compared to the left, then of course you will experience these kind of strength difference, right? Now the one way to treat this over time is you want to be doing a lot of isolation exercises where you're training one arm or one leg at a time, which means you'll be able to really focus on that one particular side of the body at a time. And another thing that you can do is you can always focus on doing about 2 to 3 extra repetitions on the weaker side in each set, so that over time you can work on pushing that weaker side a little bit more as compared to the stronger side, and then over time that weaker side will catch up with the strength and equalize the strength with the right side of the body. Next question is coming from people who are living in hostels or in PGs. And the question is how to ensure that you're completing your calories, because these people are not able to track their calories. So here are the top 2 tips that I can give to you guys. Number 1 is to ensure that you are adding a protein food source to all of your 3 main meals. Whatever you're eating from your hostel, eat the same food. So always put in efforts to add that extra source of protein on each of those plates, whether it's egg, whether it's paneer, whether it's soya chunks. Now of course, to be able to at least boil your eggs or soya chunks, make sure you have a kettle available in your room, or else a lot of my clients who live in hostel, they have induction units as well, which means they're able to stir fry a few things and prepare paneer or soya chunks that way. Other than this, definitely add at least one calorie dense snack. I have a lot of snack options given in my weight gain foods playlist, a lot of uncooked snack options as well, so definitely great choice for you guys. And together with that, make sure you're adding at least 1 scoop of your protein supplement every single day after your workout as well. And the important factor here is to stay consistent in the process, do your workouts properly, and then track your results in 4 to 5 weeks time. And if you are making progress, then whatever changes you have made is actually working for you, and then accordingly you can adjust and add more, or rearrange things for yourself and go from there. But at least these 2 to 3 tips will get you moving in your weight gain journey. In terms of quantities, just serve yourself a quantity that you can comfortably consume in that one particular meal or in that one particular snack, right? As long as you can do that, you will still be able to eat a lot better as compared to what you're currently eating. Next question is how to avoid any kind of digestive issues when you're trying to eat in surplus. Now, one of the top tips here is to chew on some fennel seeds at the end of each of your meals, because the juices from this will definitely help better digestion, proper digestion. You can use just plain fennel seeds or fancy sort of mouth fresheners, which also include fennel seeds, right? Other than this, make sure you are adding a small cup of lukewarm water after each of your meals as well as before bed. And last but not the least, make sure you are staying active, not just with your workouts, but other than that, go for walks, play any sports if you like to play anything. Any kind of movement is a good movement, which will in turn help you with the digestion side of things. Next question is how to join my weight gain programs. Now I have left a couple of links in the description box of this video. All you need to do is go click on those links, fill in the details that it asks for, and once I receive all that information from your side, that is when I'll email you all of the details regarding the weight gain programs. And if you do decide to join, then you just reply to those emails and I get you started that way. Some of you are not receiving emails from me, and if that is you, then be sure to email me at this email address so that we can get in touch directly there and get you started in the process that way. Next question is, why am I feeling nauseous or pukish during my workout? Now this is pretty common for a lot of beginners because of course your body does not have enough strength, enough stamina to be able to push through even a simple sort of a workout, right? And of course, you know, during that adaptation phase, a lot of people feel like, you know, that they're going to collapse, so they feel nauseous or pukish during your workout, right? So a couple of things that you can do is to ensure that you definitely eat something before your workout. Depending on the quantity of food you have eaten, make sure that you are maintaining a decent amount of gap between that food as well as your workout. So maintain that gap so that you give your body a little bit of time to start digesting and start breaking down that food that you've eaten. Take it easy in your workouts in those first few weeks. Do not push yourself too hard. Make sure that you are sipping on water every time you take rest, and you can also decide to actually sit down whilst you take that 40-45 seconds rest in between your sets. Now the next question is about my skincare routine. Now I follow a very simple 2 to 3 steps sort of a routine. So basically I start off by cleansing my face. Now of course I do this twice a day, morning and at night time. This routine is more specific to my nighttime routine. It's just pretty much the same, but of course a few products may vary. 2 to 3 times a week, I try and put lemon and honey on my face. This has been a magical sort of a mask for me over the years because I had a really bad acne back in the days, and of course it helped me clear out all the scarring and stuff like that. So I still do this, but not as often as before, but I try at least 2 to 3 times a week. So on this particular day, I actually did that. I leave that for about 10 to 15 minutes on my face, and then I just wash it off. And after pat drying my face, I start off by moisturizing my lips, and then I apply products on my face. I'm using this Drops of Youth line. This is a concentrate, so I apply that all over my face gently. And of course, I follow this by applying my moisturizer again from the same line. Now, of course, you definitely want to keep your skin clean and moisturized from the outside, but it's absolutely important to ensure that you are definitely putting the right kinds of food in your body as well, right? So lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, a wholesome balanced diet, good hydration, good sleep cycle, because of course, at the end of the day, 70 to 80% of how your skin's health is going to be depends on what you're putting inside, and then only about 20 to 30% is about what you're doing on the outside. Also, another important thing is protect yourself from sunlight. So always make sure you're wearing a sunscreen before you leave home during the daytime. And the last question is for you guys. Do let me know if you like to train at home or at gym. And I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay fit, stay fierce, stay hydrated. Don't be scared of lifting any kind of weights and pushing yourself out of the comfort zone, because remember, this channel is not just about gaining weight, but also about getting stronger, evolving and empowering ourselves. Bye guys.